wrestling fans, it's time to feel the eruption! With the first round matchups completed, it's now time to see who will win night one of the State of Emergency Tournament. After amazing performances, Daniel Eads, Jack Price, Paragon, and Calvin Tankman find themselves still battling for an opportunity to win the vacant Emerge Championship. Not only will we see any combination of these competitors in the finals, in the second round, we'll see the conclusion of Daniel Eads and Jack Price. Before we can get to that, the matchup between Paragon and Calvin Tankman will be a war to finally prove who has the upper hand. We've seen earlier in the year when these two locked horns, it was a stalemate until outside interference ruined the conclusion. Now, with no one to join in, these two dynamos face one-on-one for one of the biggest opportunities of their careers. With it all on the line, who advances to the finals? Paragon, Calvin Tankman in second round competition coming up next.
In the market for a quality used vehicle? Visit Greenlight Auto with 2 convenient Columbus locations. Check out our wide selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at 2551 25th Street and 770 Jonesville Road. Bad credit? No credit? Greenlight Auto has a number of financing options. Get approved and check out our inventory online at greenlightapproval.com.
It is Emerge Wrestling's world's most dangerous game, Paragon. If you're in Columbus, Indiana, and you need some wheels for a good deal, come down to Greenlight Auto.
The Cozy Lounge hosts a comfortable and relaxed atmosphere to enjoy great food and drinks. Our 6 pool tables, a cornhole area, and several TVs will keep you entertained. Quench your thirst with daily drink specials along with $1 drafts on Thursdays. Enjoy our $5 lunch specials Monday through Friday. That's the Cozy Lounge, located at 3870 25th Street in Columbus.
Brought to you by Mark and Jesse's Fireworks Shack. Make sure to get those 50/50 raffle tickets for a chance to win some of their fireworks. Introducing first.
Machiavellian is Illuminati all through your body. It blows like a 12-gauge shot. And God said to cities, one thing got the son to lead the wild into wait. Follow me. Eat my flesh, flesh to my flesh. And Lord, what we see, what we are doing now.
And Lurch, Calvin Tankman is still feeling the effects from his first round matchup with Solomon Tupu, but that's something that you just have to put to the back of your mind if you want to walk out tonight as victor.
Absolutely. Round 2 is always a different story in these tournaments. We're going to see every contender come out here for their second match of the night. And wow, did each and every one take a beating in those first round matches.
Every match delivered, and this match is going to live up to that very same hype. You're entirely right that the second round is entirely different than the first round. This is where you have to dig deep. This is where that resiliency, that grit that we were talking about comes into play. And Paragon himself took a beating in his first round matchup.
That he did.
So at this point, it just comes down to who wants it more.
Can we keep Chet Ripley away from the ring for this match, please?
I'm tired of you.
Can we, though?
I'm tired of you. When it comes to Chet, Chet can't be towards the ring, but Roger Malcolm can be here. That Outbreak Championship can be used.
And it was, we all expected Roger Malcolm's presence. Nobody expected Chet Ripley to involve himself in the end of that last match we saw there with Paragon.
But Lurch, that's all in the past. What we're looking towards now is who is going to cement themselves into the finals of this tournament between these two men here, Paragon and Calvin Tankman.
What a battle. What a battle. Right here in Emerge. 70 tonight. Wow.
Dolly can't even get her announcements off here as these two have some bad blood together.
First of all, you reptile.
Surprising. I'll let Dolly have it.
355 pounds from Indianapolis, Indiana, representing Tiger Driver X and Naptown All-Pro. He is the heavyweight hustle, Calvin Tankman.
Interesting.
And his opponent, weighing in at 227 pounds, he is the world's most dangerous game, Paragon!
It is very interesting. I was wondering who was going to be the crowd favorite here in this one, and I thought it was going to be split 50-50, to be honest with you, but listen to him. Big fight feel for the rematch between these two. Of course, we had seen them earlier on this year for that Outbreak Championship, where I gotta be honest with you, these two men are entirely different people. I mentioned it in the first round than that match. There are entirely different stakes, an entirely different environment. Who on earth is going to advance in this one?
No telling at all. We've seen both of these competitors in almost every situation here in Emerge Wrestling, but never a round two on a night like tonight for a step closer at that goal. And wow, can you imagine the Emerge Championship on either of these two?
I could. I mean, these two are incredible athletes, incredible performers, and would hold this company to an incredibly high standard. Oh, and in Paragon, it looks like he is feeling the effects of it in his shoulder. We thought that might have been perfectly cleared. And I think Paragon is just beat up in general, facing the odds of Jordan Cage and Roger Malcolm.
Can you imagine? And then having to go against Calvin Tankman.
And this is where we talked about, like, even if Paragon won that first round matchup, how would he fare in the second round matchup or the finals if he's able to get there? And it doesn't look good for him thus far, Lurch.
I cannot disagree with you, John Gaze. I cannot disagree with you. Look at Tankman just standing over Paragon.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Like, when these two first met for that Outbreak Championship, Paragon was still wrapped up into the set. They still liked to insert themselves into matches, and frankly, they ruined what was a fantastic match between the two. Getting involved, attacking Calvin Tankman, my goodness, with the chop. Getting Calvin Tankman that DQ victory, didn't get the Outbreak Championship. There's nobody to interfere in this one here tonight.
And it's never enough for this Emerge audience. It's just never enough. They always want more and more.
I honestly don't know if they do want more at this stage. They want Paragon to move forward in this from the sounds that we just heard, and Tankman just toying with his food at this point. Tankman bringing him up to a vertical base, and Paragon able to rock the heavyweight hustle. Paragon a little rocked himself though, and we saw this in the first round.
Paragon starting to chop down that base at Tankman.
And that's what he needs to do. I mean, Solomon Tupu did a lot of the work for him. He just needs to expand upon that if he wants to win this matchup. And here's the thing too, like these two men are different because I think that they are both desperate for that opportunity and for different reasons. I mean, we talked about Tankman having opportunity after opportunity, never being able to hold gold here, and then Paragon, I mean, lost that Outbreak Championship, lost his crew in the set. The only thing he has to look forward to now is holding this company on his back.
And at this moment, that back is laying on the steel chairs next to our ring right now. Tankman is taking full advantage of that position.
And this is where that desperation becomes dangerous for either of these two men. They are willing to do whatever it takes as long as they get the 1, 2, 3.
And that corner right there, that chair just went deep into the midsection of Paragon.
Incredibly high stakes. We saw Tankman's first round matchup spill to the outside. This one, no different. He has to keep account of the referee's count here, and he's doing a good job of it thus far. He's not going to let this opportunity slip away from him.
Tankman just utilized the ring. Wow.
And we talked about Paragon needs to expand upon what Tupu did to Tankman, but the opposite is true as well. Tankman needs to expand upon what Jordan Cage and Roger Malcolm did to Paragon in the first round matchup, and he's doing just that. And Tankman is one of those guys too that, yes, the crowd does love him, but he doesn't necessarily care if they do or not. And that is true in this matchup here, as he is just dogging their favorite.
Yeah, he's thrown Paragon into every part of the ring at this point.
I mean, he has covered just about every inch of the Bartholomew County Fairgrounds in the quest for the Merge Championship. Do you think that he's taking a little bit too much time here? I mean, jaw-jacking with the crowd and not enough time actually doing effective offense to Paragon, or do you think this is effective enough?
Well, no, I like what I'm seeing out of Calvin Tankman right now. He's doing exactly what he needs to do, and I don't think he's too worried about it.
That's what I imagined was going to happen. You give Paragon just a little bit of space, just a little bit of time, and he's going to make you pay for it. Now trying to get Columbus back into it.
And I was going to say, I don't think he's too worried about a double count out in this tournament environment, but he might be worried about getting counted out at this point. That was a vicious knee right there to the face.
Saw the drive-by boot earlier in the first round. We see a drive-by knee this go-around.
Oh no, not over here. Whoa!
Oh my goodness! Oh.
The back of Paragon.
It's cliche, but that is the hardest part of the ring.
This win. He wants that Emerge Championship.
I mean, look at the determination, the focus on the face of Heavyweight Hustle. And can Paragon even answer the count of 10? Can you imagine if this second round matchup here ended in a countout?
Very well. Great strategy. We almost saw it. We almost saw perfect strategy right there by Calvin Tankman to wear Paragon out on every ring post and get that count out.
Not only wear Paragon down, but he gave himself the opportunity to catch a breather. He went through hell in that first round matchup, and this whole time he was able to deliver that damage to Paragon while also restoring his own.
And let's not forget, one of these two men will compete again tonight.
And that's something that gets lost in these big fight feel matches like this is, yeah, if you want to have that opportunity for what it's all about, you have to have another match. Not only have another match, but be victorious in that match.
Tankman doing the wise thing. Yes, he's absorbing those blows, but he's withholding his energy. He's maintaining his oxygen levels, and look what he's setting up for right here. Slamming Paragon. Brilliant.
Absolutely perfect analysis by you, A-Dub.
Usually.
Okay, well. And Paragon, I mean, he might be in a bad way here. Are we about... Oh, no, what?
Yeah, is the ref trying to pop Paragon's shoulder back into place?
It looks like it. Are you kidding me? I mean, we've already seen Paragon, that shoulder and what it has cost him in regards to a match. He wasn't going to let that happen now.
I think Calvin Tankman may have popped it back into place with those kicks, too.
Vertical suplex. Oh, actually looked like a brain buster from Tankman. And do you see how he was applying the pressure, especially to the shoulder of Paragon?
I mean, he obviously has recognized the weakness right there, understands exactly what he needs to do to get this tournament victory.
And even if Paragon was fully healed up from that shoulder, he still had that target on his arm with that kinesio tape. And it could prove fatal for him here in this state of emergency tournament. My goodness, Lurch, what an incredible night it's been, and it's only night one.
Sure, it's only round two at that.
We still have another round two matchup. We still have a finals to get to, and after that, we still have an entire second night of this tournament, but it might be good night for Paragon if he isn't able to get back into this one.
And just who would have thought the stakes would have been so high? At one point, we thought this was for a match against Braden Lee, defending that championship, and Braden Lee has decided to relinquish.
That's one of the nastiest chops I have ever heard. Oh my, and to nobody's surprise, it's coming from Calvin Tankman, somebody who has all the strength in the world. And it is insane to me how much he can still put behind those after his first round matchup, but that just shows how much the big man has in the tank. Man, my goodness, Paragon just... He's asking for more? I don't know if that's the smartest route to take here, Paragon. Paragon, I mean, if there's one thing he's going to do, it's going to be to fight. It's going to be to claw. It's going to be to scratch. And once again, Paragon in a terrible position here as that shoulder.
He's about to tap. Paragon's about to, or Tankman's about to rip that shoulder off.
Yeah, and he's even maintaining that wrist control. Looks like maybe even a bit of joint manipulation, which is a favorite of Paragon's, his own game against him. And honestly, this is beautiful work by Tankman because it seems like this match, he's been able to do the most damage to Paragon while still being able to conserve that energy, exactly what you were talking about.
And he's putting the torque. He's got that 130-pound weight difference that Dolly mentioned in the announcements. Absolutely, he's putting the torque on Paragon right now with that weight difference there.
Tankman continuing to prove that he's one of the best in the world, and that's just at the expense of Paragon as he just spills him to the outside.
Spills him to the outside, and takes his time.
Tank's not going to be upset with a count-out victory here because unlike in a championship match, this would actually advance him here in this tournament.
Oh, yeah. Well, how could you be upset? I mean, that's exactly what Tankman's been trying to do, been setting up for. And it looks like he's succeeded right now because Paragon is not at his feet. And we're at 7.
And Tankman, look how comfortable he is, even just grabbing a bottle of water out here and taking a drink. And Paragon, while Calvin Tankman is sitting here comfortably drinking a bottle of water, Paragon is fighting for his life.
Showing you time and time again why I don't keep my water on this table.
And that's one thing that two of these men are good at is that smack talk. And chops. Yep. And, I mean, there's just nothing behind those punches here from Paragon. I mean, every bit of life has left his body in this one.
Have you tried to throw a punch after one of those chops? Have you tried?
I have never taken a chop from Calvin Tankman, and there is a particular reason why I don't do that, Lurch.
Sure. Just imagine them taking a chop from Calvin Tankman and then trying to throw a punch. I mean, your muscles barely working. Paragon can probably barely feel his chest. And now barely feel his back after getting tossed into the turnbuckle.
And I mean, how heartbreaking is it for Paragon to come so close? And he's had opportunities ruined for him outside of his control. And now to face Calvin Tankman in this matchup and be this battered.
And he came close. That's what we're going to say tomorrow. Paragon came absolutely close to getting to Calvin Tankman. But Calvin Tankman has proven tonight.
But here's the crazy thing is Paragon refuses to die. He refuses to give up in this one and just trying to dig deep. Oh, doing just anything that he can at his point, using his whole body. Oh, being resourceful, being combative and defensive.
Oh, wow, did he just drop him into the turnbuckle?
Yeah, I don't even know if that was an intentional offense or if maybe his body gave up.
Oh, he took every ounce of energy he had left right there and the momentum of Tankman, but look where he is. Oh, wow.
And if there's one thing that can get Paragon back into this matchup, it is this crowd.
Oh, they're trying. They're trying.
I thought for sure, maybe, just maybe, that we would have gotten a 3 count there, but just not enough to put Calvin Tankman away. But and then this is what both men wanted. After their Outbreak Championship match, Calvin Tankman told Paragon, "You didn't beat me, you survived me." And
barely. Oh, wow. Did you hear that? The thud on the side of the skull. Oh, what?
Tried to pop him up for it. 2, 3.
What?
How? Lurch, can you believe it? Paragon.
Can I believe it? No, I can't believe it. How did Paragon pull up that roll-up?
I mean, once again, Paragon does just barely survive Calvin Tankman, but in this instance, he beats him. He advances to the finals.
Wow.
Oh, and Tankman is incensed.
Paragon was basically counted, all but counted out in that match, the entire match.
I mean, and Tankman can be angry all he wants, but one thing is for certain, Paragon, the battered, the bloody, the bruised Paragon will be facing off in the finals tonight, Lurch.
Wow. No way.
To protect what's important to you, consider State Farm Insurance Agent Alicia Roberts for your insurance needs. Alicia and her staff do things differently because they want to know what's important to you, providing insurance solutions for whatever happens now and next. Stop in at our office at 3193 North National Road in Columbus or visit agentalicia4u.com. That's Agent Alicia, the number 4, the letter U.com. Trust Positive Performance for your auto repair and maintenance needs. Located at 364 South Mapleton Street in Columbus, we work on all makes and models. Anything from basic maintenance to major repairs. The only thing we don't do are alignments. Positive Performance has proudly served the Columbus area since 2011. That's positiveperformance1.com, 812-372-1233. That's positiveperformance, the number 1.com.
With one half of our finals matchup set, it's now time to see who will be filling out the other. We'll see the conclusion of Daniel Eads and Jack Price. Two men who would love an opportunity at the gold for different reasons. This second round matchup is sure to hit hard. This can spell disaster for Price though, as Dylan Bostic took him to his limits in the first round and eventually injured his neck. Will Price be able to overcome the odds, or is it destiny for Eads to end up in the finals? There's only one way to find out, as the Black Diamond, Jack Price, and the man of tomorrow, Daniel Eads, compete in second round action, coming up next.
There he is.
A little bit of a mixed reaction here for Daniel Eads. Something that I'm kind of surprised to see, but after an impressive first round victory over Pretty Boy Smooth, I mean, maybe it's just undeniable that this crowd has to cheer for him too.
Yep. And you're going to see more. We're going to be talking about it more and more tomorrow. We're going to be seeing tonight. Night 1, E70. End of the night, there's your winner right there, next to Merge Champ.
That could very well be true, but if he wants to become Emerge Champion, if he wants that opportunity, he's going to have to go up against this man, Jack Price. And Jack looks to be all business here, still feeling the effects from his own first round matchup when he went up against Dylan Bostic.
On his birthday, no doubt.
On his birthday. What in it? I mean, have you ever gotten a birthday gift as good as a shot at the Emerge Championship?
And talk about a gift delivered to him literally at midnight on his birthday. Hey, Jack Price, you're in the tournament.
But if there's one thing that won't be delivered, it's that opportunity. He's gonna have to work for it.
Sure, and like we've mentioned before, he was a very, very talented and accoladed replacement for Jason Haas. But unfortunately, going against the man of tomorrow, we're not gonna be saying Jack Price's name tomorrow. It's not going to be his birthday tomorrow either.
That is true. But I've got to say, to your point about accolades, when you get to this second round, when you are in the thick of this tournament, accolades don't matter. It is about that resiliency, that determination to come out on top.
And that's because every competitor in this tournament has their own list of accolades.
That's why they're here, right?
Exactly, and that's why tonight is the night of Daniel Eads.
There's only one way to find out, and it is to watch this match unfold as Daniel Eads gets the early upper hand, taking advantage of the neck damage that Bostic did in the first round.
Yeah, he's paying attention. He's watching. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Excellent tournament strategist. We've seen him compete plenty of tournaments before, but this one, oh man, this is special for Daniel Eads.
And that's the difficulties of single night elimination tournaments, is that anything can happen in that first round matchup to where you're feeling the effects in the next one. And I mean, when that opportunity is just so close, you can't give up.
I wouldn't think anybody would be giving up tonight, not in this matchup, but you almost may as well when you're in against Daniel Eads on a night like this. You almost may as well. He's thinking about it.
And it looks like we need medical attention. Oh, is this match going to be called off?
Oh,
oh no.
What's going on?
And what is Eads doing here? What is Eads doing? The man is clearly hurt.
Oh, it looks like the match is going to continue. Oh, man.
The man is clearly hurt, and Daniel Eads has an easy bye into the finals. And what does he decide to do? He decides to inflict even more damage.
I mean, it's not over until this bell rings, John Gage. And right now the match is continuing. We still have an official. We have not heard a 3 count. I have not seen anyone's arm raised. You can't blame Daniel for doing the right thing here. He's competing.
What does that tell you when 2 referees are dragging a man back into the entryway?
Tell me, John Gates, what does that tell you?
Well, that tells me that, at the very least, Jack Price is in a bad spot here. But I will say, if this match is here to continue, Jack Price was able to fight his way out of that first round matchup, and he could do the same thing here tonight against Daniel Eads.
Absolutely, no doubt. I mean, but will he? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be talking about Jack Price tomorrow. No, but the man of tomorrow, Daniel Eads.
Hey, but here's the thing, and this is something that Commissioner Chris Lowe has tried to get through to Daniel Eads, is that if you're going to be that guy, you have to show us that you're that guy. The last time Daniel Eads had that opportunity, he fell short to Braden Lee. What if he does that here in this matchup, Lurch?
No, I don't know.
And he very well could! Only a 2 count from Jack Price. I mean, doing everything in his power. The athletic ability, ducking down and under in that beautiful drop kick once again.
The height that Jack Price just had to get to hit Daniel Eads square in the face with that drop kick.
Well, playing Division I college basketball, you have those kind of bunnies, and Jack Price did just that. Oh! My goodness. But that's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to, well, never mind. I was going to say Jack needs to keep that offense flowing, and Daniel Eads just cuts it off right in the middle.
Yes, he does.
2, not enough to get the victory, but honestly, Eads doesn't look frustrated like I've seen him before after a 2 count. He doesn't look angry. He looks calm, cool, collected, and like he has this match in the bag.
Sure, and as we've mentioned, Eads has been here before in this Emerge tournament environment, in this very building, and Eads has been preparing for this night. Unlike Jack Price, who was not expecting to be here, Eads has been strategizing for months, planning exactly how he's going to find himself night 1 winner.
And that's a great point too, is that not only Jack Price wasn't expecting to be in this tournament, but you mentioned that Daniel Eads' tournament experience.
Look at the control. Look at the control by Daniel Eads in this moment. Exactly what we were talking about.
But Daniel Eads has experience in the Outbreak tournaments. Almost a 3 count. 3 Outbreak tournaments to be exact, and there is no tournament like one here at Emerge Wrestling, so Daniel Eads does have that upper hand. And the Black Diamond can do nothing but fall to his knees, laying prone here on the mat. I mean, Eads just having his way with him. Looking for that. Oh!
Wow.
Almost a corkscrew brainbuster, twisting brainbuster. Just 2 from our referee here, Dallas Edwards.
Could have been a little bit quicker there, but you know, Daniel Eads just has to do a little bit more here in this situation.
And see, Eads wouldn't be in this predicament where Jack Price continues to kick out if he would have just let Jack walk back to the entryway, let him enjoy the rest of his birthday instead of trying to inflict more damage, trying to send him to the hospital in way of trying to get that Emerge championship.
Well, Eads wouldn't be in this predicament if he already had that Emerge gold. And I believe we've already discussed who's behind that not happening.
And here we see Daniel Eads. Here in the recent years, he has added the submission tactics to his belt, looking to become the ultimate all-rounded professional wrestler. And roll up! Oh, in just a 2 count. But any one of those roll-ups, it only takes 3 seconds, Lurch.
Sure, it only takes 3 seconds. We saw it right there with Paragon at the end out of nowhere. That last match against Calvin Tankman. Paragon in the finals, by the way.
Oh!
Wow!
That handspring cutter once again from the Black Diamond. Is it enough to keep Daniel Eads on his back for the 3 count?
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Daniel Eads needs to make his way back to his feet and listen to this crowd.
And Jack needs to convert that energy into energy of his own. But man, you have got to give it to him. Daniel Eads has done nothing but batter him this whole match. 2! And he almost gets the victory. I mean, Daniel Eads has spent this entire match just decimating Jack Price. And not only does he continue to survive, but he continues to find ways to give offensive maneuvers.
Speaking of finding ways, how did Jack Price find his way through all of that offense by Daniel Eads? How did he find himself in this situation? But maybe not for long.
Oh my God, reverse suplex, plants Price flat on his face. And it is still just a 2 count. Now here is where I can kind of see the frustration. I can see the exasperation in the face of Daniel Eads. Is that to his detriment here, Lurch?
Same exasperation and detriment in my face. I mean, come on, that should have been 3. I mean, how are we not seeing Daniel Eads walking to the back right now with his arm raised?
For that ripcord lariat, doesn't get enough. And Jack Price with some innovative offense, just not enough. Just not enough. In the same look of exasperation that was on Eads' face, Price, I mean, he has a look of like, what else do I need to do to put this man away? This is a first-time matchup for these two, and like you said, he gets the call last night. How much homework can he actually do on somebody?
I mean, unbelievable to see Jack Price still hanging in this match. Wow, not for long. There goes Daniel Eads.
Oh!
Beautiful. Beautiful movie.
Price wasn't able to get that lights camera action. Daniel reverses it into his own offense and gets him up. The Alabama Slam. Oh my goodness. And
is it the rumbling? Oh, I thought for a second he was just setting up.
Oh, and look at the torque on the neck. I mean, Jack, if you want to continue, you are such on a stride. And that's it. It has to be it.
Wow.
That's what I was begging for. The destruction that Daniel Eads gave to Jack Price this entire match. It on his birthday, nonetheless. But talk about a present. Daniel Eads finally proving that he is that guy. And he's gonna have another opportunity to prove it here tonight in the finals when he meets none other than Paragon.
Daniel Eads and Paragon.
It all comes down to this, the finals of night 1 of the State of Emergency Tournament, as Paragon and Daniel Eads find themselves facing off once again. Months and months of frustrations have been taken out on Eads' opponents thus far, so it doesn't fare well for Paragon. But Paragon has not only overcome Jordan Cage's tactics in the first round, but a barrage of devastating offense from Tankman to find himself here in the finals. These two men both encompass grit and determination, and it will be a battle of wills to see who advances. Exhausted, hurt, but even more importantly, determined, these two men will go to war, all for a shot at the Emerge Championship. Here it is, the finals for the State of Emergency Tournament. Daniel Eads, Paragon, one-on-one, coming up next.
Columbus Bar in downtown is your home for daily $3.50 powerhouse beers and great food. Located at 322 4th Street, the CB is one of Indiana's oldest continually operating restaurants and bars, and Columbus, Indiana's first brewery since the Civil War. Powerhouse Brewing Company champions its friendly service and great prices. Call 812-375-8800. Check them out online at thecb.powerhousebrewingco.com.
What's going on, guys? Columbus Supplement Store just opened up. I'm actually from Columbus, Indiana. I actually grew up, and I went to Columbus North High School. We carry a wide variety of supplements, and we sell everything at the lowest pricing we're legally allowed to sell it at. If you guys just want to come in, try some free products, we also do have free samples. Hope to see you guys soon.
World Finance Loan and Tax Service. Got money goals? We've got you. Fast, fixed-rate personal loans of up to $10,000. Professional tax filing services to cover your needs. That's World Finance Loan and Tax Service. Stop by their office at 1820 25th Street in Columbus. Give them a call at 930-200-0499 or visit them online at loansbyworld.com.
Daniel Eads, we just saw the match that he had against Jack Price, drawing the unlucky, I guess the short end of the stick. He has to wrestle immediately after wrestling his second round matchup, but
this is the night of Daniel Eads. I don't think he'll mind on the night like tonight.
and Eads is just so close to the only thing that he wants. He's just got to get through Paragon.
That's all he's got to do.
And Paragon making his way to the ring here, and for Paragon's sake, thankfully, in this match starting off hot. I couldn't have anticipated anything else. The bad blood that we've talked about all night couldn't be any worse than in this finals right here. In Paragon this time, in this matchup, he's not going to let his opponent get the up. What?
Dylan!
Are you kidding me?
Dylan, what's up, man?
Hi, John.
What are you doing here?
I'm on commentary.
Says who? Did you invite him again?
I mean, there's always an open invitation for Dylan Cole on commentary.
What are you doing here exactly? You were not booked in this tournament. You weren't booked in the alternate match. What are you doing here?
Did you not watch the promo? I said I was going to be here.
Yeah.
There's only... Hi, Paragon. I told you I was going to be here. No more stupid videos now.
Dylan Cole did announce he would be here tonight.
He can buy a ticket if he wants to,
buddy. Don't you got to focus on that? I'm sitting. I'm sure you will, buddy.
Hey, he's at the commentary table. Now,
you're lucky. You are lucky.
It's called being smart,
John. You cannot attack the commentary table. Everybody knows that.
But of course, Dylan is right. He did send in that video, making his intentions known that he was gonna be here. That what? You're upset that you weren't in this tournament? Can you expand upon that?
I mean, I've been toe to toe with some of Emerge's best, and they picked Paragon over me, and that's upsetting.
Here's something you have to learn. Line up, you're incredible. I'll give you that. Line up your resume with the resume of Paragon, the path that Paragon has been on. Why him specifically, too?
He walked out of him.
Are you talking about the person who retired, Justin Kyle?
Did Paragon, did he or did he not, walk out in protest of a merge, and you could just walk back in and get in the tournament?
Hey, I can't speak to that. Under the influence of the set, anything could happen here, but I mean, to say that Paragon isn't worthy of this opportunity, he's the first round, the second round matchup, he's done nothing but take a beating and get up every time.
And so has Daniel Eads.
And so has Daniel Eads. I will give you that. So I take it Daniel Eads is your favorite here in this matchup.
Anyone but Paragon.
Well, we'll find out as Paragon is the one in control here. It didn't matter how much damage he's taken all night. He's going to give out that much more. Driving the elbow into the top of Daniel Eads' head, and honestly, Lurch, I think this is the first time all night that we have seen Daniel Eads in this position.
You're correct. You are absolutely correct, John Gates. Also for the first time tonight.
Oh, and maybe he was just playing possum. A.W. Lurch has his hand on the ring bell as this match could be over at any moment. That shoulder, we saw how much that shoulder gave Paragon trouble earlier on in the night. Two! And Daniel Eads doesn't lose control of that.
Smart man.
We talk about how calculating, how much Daniel Eads is consistent in the ring, and you have to imagine that this is a part of his game plan right here.
Well, of course, we saw him tap out Jack Price the last match. He's absolutely planning to do that to Paragon. We're going to be talking about tomorrow.
Oh! Come on, Eads. Eads just able to kick out of there. Maintains wrist control once again in those massive shoulder tackles. Dropping him right onto it. But not only that, Lurch, but if anybody knows the damage to Paragon's shoulder, it is Daniel Eads. As we mentioned in those first 2 round matchups, that the last match that these two had together, Paragon could not compete anymore due to the injuries on that shoulder.
And it looks like he barely has feeling on those fingertips right now.
And I mean, we even forget that he forced the referee to pop that shoulder back into place. I mean, Paragon's crazy.
All night long, Paragon has been battling that shoulder, and it will cost him this match.
And
big elbow.
Massive elbow, and nobody does it quite like Eads. Just the core strength, the control that the Man of Tomorrow has. So if you honestly think that if you were in this tournament, Dylan, that you would fare just as well as Paragon?
Absolutely.
You would fare well against Calvin Tankman. Yep. You would fare well against current Outbreak champion Jordan Cage.
Yes.
And if you had to meet Daniel Eads in the ring?
Daniel Eads might have been my biggest challenge.
You better choose your words wisely. As Daniel Eads looks for the 3 count once again, and that frustration setting in a little bit here. And that's where it can work against you as Paragon, now the one in control. Paragon with the submission hold in effect.
And something tells me after October, Daniel Eads is actually going to need some challengers lined up for him.
I can't see quite exactly what he's got locked in. It looks like a crossface. He might have that shoulder of Eads pinned in between the legs. All I know is that it is devastating.
Using
the ropes. Yeah. And I mean, to your credit here, Daniel Eads is a smart man, knowing that the only thing that would allow him to continue in this, getting his foot up.
Using the long limbs, the ring awareness on this man is second to none.
The ring awareness, the savvy, I mean, him and I talked about it earlier. Oh my goodness. I mean, him and I talked about it earlier. Daniel Eads just celebrated 11 years in professional wrestling. That's a lot of experience. That is a lot of time to know how to win a match. And this is that, like, knockdown, brawl, drag-out match that I was anticipating to see between these two.
After all the battles we've seen tonight, I am actually surprised that either of these two are able to compete in this match.
Well, and Eads looked so impressive in those first two matches. I thought maybe he had that bottomless tank on him. It looks like that. Oh,
That's it. That's
way
it.
too soon.
Count to 1,000,000. Lucky, come on. That was obvious. This ref can't count. Lurch, back me up here. That was 3.
That was absolutely 3, Dylan Cole. Absolutely.
Eads back to his feet. And that is a position you do not want to see Daniel Eads in. If you are Paragon, I mean, Paragon this whole tournament, it seems that he has just survived. But if there's anybody who can put somebody down, it's Daniel Eads. But Paragon gets the spear. 2, 3. And Kellin Cole. I knew he was up to something. I knew it.
Well, he probably had a better vantage point in that.
Are you kidding me?
Former official.
This is the second time a match with these sorts of stakes he's decided to ruin. I knew it.
Maybe he just needs to get his point across with Lucky, our official.
And Paragon knew it too. I mean, look at the face. He knew that was coming as soon as he saw that little worm sitting here.
Come on now. Official asking Dylan Cole to leave the ringside area. Maybe at this point that is justified. I'm not sure.
What are you doing to the official?
Oh, wait a second.
What now? Mortimer's out here.
Mortimer's back.
What on earth is going on? He gave Daniel Eads the club.
Oh boy.
Shades of Morty's Millionaires. Oh my goodness.
Mortimer Blankenship III. You know how long it's been since I've seen Mortimer?
Deja vu. I mean, you might as well even just call it. Did you know about this, Lurch? You knew that Dylan Cole was going to be here. You knew that Morty was going to be here.
I didn't know anything. What are you talking about? I had no idea Mortimer Blankenship III would be here tonight. No idea. Maybe Dylan knew. Looks like Dylan Cole's happy to see him. Well deserved. Well deserved.
And
wow.
As Paragon laid out in the middle of the ring, Morty with the same awful smile on his face, and Dylan Cole, I mean,
look at Dylan Cole now.
Who does he think he is?
Yes, you did. Say it.
I'm not saying anything.
Dylan Cole just pinned Paragon down. Say it yourself.
Dylan Cole had no right being out here tonight. He had no right getting involved in this matchup, and it was all just a ruse to set up for Morty and Daniel Eads back in action together.
Dylan Cole didn't do anything. He came by, he commentated, he had a dispute with our official, and he left. Everyone else alone. Dylan Cole, don't blame this on Dylan Cole.
The worst part is it doesn't matter what I saw, it doesn't matter how I feel. At the end of the night, Daniel Eads is your Night 1 State of Emergency Tournament winner.
Yes, he is.
And now, Lurch, all we can do is wait for Night 2 to see who Daniel Eads will face.
Future champ right there.
That Emerge Championship.
Future champ, Daniel Eads.